Hi, my name is Muhammad Sufi bin Ruslan, student ID 2020489144, and in today's video, I'll be presenting about my assignment 2 for CSC508. Alright, so this is my program. It is a food application system just like my assignment 1. So there are 8 classes in this program. So the first one is food, and then main food, expression conversion, stack, queue, linked list, empty list exception, and node. So the main food class is connected to food class and expression conversion, and then stack and queue class are inherited from linked list class, and linked list class is connected to empty list exception and node. Alright, so this is the node class. So in this class there is an object and a node. So in this class there is a default constructor, normal constructor, a setter to update the data, as well as to update reference to the next data, and then a getter to get the data and to get the next data, and last but not least a toString method to display the output. Alright, so the next class is empty list exception. So the purpose of this class is that it acts as an exception handler. Alright, so the next class is linked list. So in this class there is a default constructor, and then there is a isEmpty method, which is the purpose of it is to check if the linked list is empty, and then a print method to print data, and then insert at front method, which is to add new object data at the front of the linked list, and then size method, which is to return the number of elements in the list, and then insert at back method, which is to add new object data at the back, and then the get first method, which is to return the first element, and then the get next method, which is to return the next element in the linked list, and the get last method to return the last element in the linked list, and then remove from front method, which is to remove the first element in the linked list, and last but not least is the remove from back method, which is to remove the last element in the linked list. Next is the queue class. So in this class there is an enqueue method, which is to add item to the queue, and then a dequeue method to remove item from the queue, and then there are two getters, which is get front as well as get end, and then there is an isEmpty method, and last but not least a print method. Next is the stack class. So in this class there is a push method. The purpose of it is to add item to the stack, and then a pop method to remove item from the stack, and then a pick method, isEmpty method, and last but not least a print method. Next is the food class. So the purpose of this class is to basically declare the details of the food. So there is a food code, food name, food brand, food number, and food price. So in this class there is a default constructor, normal constructor, setter method, getter method, and of course a toString method to display the output. Next is the expression conversion class. So the purpose of this class is to basically convert infix to postfix. Alright, so first of all, the string data will be changed to a char data, and each of the char data will be tested. Alright, in the first rule, if C is not equals to an operand, the data will be stored in postfix. In the third rule, if C is equals to the left bracket, the data will be pushed. In the fourth rule, if C is equal to the right bracket while the stack is empty, it will pop. And if T is not equals to the left bracket, T will be stored in postfix, else it will break. Alright, so next, if C is equals to an operator, this will be the second rule, which is if stack is empty, the data will be pushed, else while stack is not empty, the data will pop. And then it will go into the third rule, which is if T equals to the left bracket, the stack will push, else if T is equals to an operator, this will be the fifth rule, with the condition if get priority T is less than get priority C, the stack will push, else, which is the sixth rule, the value of T will be stored in postfix. Next is the eighth rule. So the condition of this rule is while stack is not empty, the postfix will be pop and then return. The value of postfix will return in the main. Last but not least, in this class is the get priority method, which is if C is equals to a plus or a minus, the program will return 1, else it will return 2. And last but not least, this is the last class, which is the main food class. So in this class, I've declared a variable named fd1 as a queue and food stack as a stack. So in this program, the program will prompt the user to enter the number of data to update. So in order to store data in the fd1 queue, I've used a 4-body loop. And in this 4-body loop, this program will ask the user to enter the food code, the food name, the food brand, the food quantity, as well as the food price. So all this data, food code, food name, food brand, food quantity, and food price, will be stored in object food1 and will be enqueued into fd1. Next, the program will compute the sum as well as the average quantity in queue fd1. So what I did is, first of all, I declared qtemp as a queue and objs as object, and then I declared sum as a double and average as a double as well. So first of all, the program will get into the while body, where the condition is while fd1 is not empty. The program will calculate the sum by taking the number of food and multiply it with the price. So the data from the fd1 will be stored into qtemp and then will be enqueued into food2. And then the program will calculate the average, where the formula is sum divided by n. And then the program will display the value of the sum as well as the value of the average. Alright, so now the data in the qtemp will be transferred back into the fd1. So to do this, I've used a while body, where the condition is while qtemp is not empty, fd1 enqueue objs. So the data from the qtemp will be stored back into the fd1. Now the program will find the value of the maximum as well as the minimum of the product. So first of all, what I did is that I declared the variable obj1 as an object, and fd1 is dequeued and qtemp is enqueued. And then the program will get into the while body, where the condition is while fd1 is not empty, and then the program will check whether if food3.getFoodNumber is lesser than the minimum. If so, then minimum will equals to food3.getFoodNumber. And then if food3.getFoodNumber is bigger than max, then max will equals to food3.getFoodNumber. Then the program will then display the value of the maximum as well as the value of the minimum. So the purpose of this while body is like just now. The program will get into the while body, where the condition is qtemp is not empty, and then qtemp will dequeue and fd1 will enqueue. So the value of the data in qtemp will start back into fd1. So now the program will proceed in finding food info. So the program will ask the user, would you like to find any food? Y for yes, and for no. So if the user enter n, for instance, the program will then skip the first if body and just proceed to the else body, where the program will display a message which is finding operation terminated. But if the user entered y, which is yes, then the program will get into the if body and then will ask the user to enter food name. So when the user entered the value of the food name, the program will then get into the while body and then check the condition of the if statement, where if food4.getFoodName equals ignore case find name. So this is basically to compare the value of food4.getFoodName and find name, where variable find name is basically the data that the user input just now. So if the comparison of these two value is the same, so found will be equals to true and find found will be equals to food4. And then the program will then proceed into this if body where it will display a message which is food found, and then will display all the details of the search food that the user input just now. If not, the program will display a message which is food not found. Now the program will proceed in moving data from queue FD1 and store it into queue highest food and stack food stack. So now the program will get into the while body and check the statement of the if statement, which is if food5.get food number is bigger than 5, then highest food will enqueue food 5 and food stack will push food 5, and then the data will be stored into queue temp. Now the program will proceed in displaying data in the queue. So the program will get into the while body where the condition is while highest food is not empty, then the program will display the information of the data in the queue. So then the program will then display the data in the stack where the condition is while food stack is not empty, and will also print the details of the data in the stack. Next, the program will delete information in stack food stack 1. So to do that, the program will get into the while body where the condition is while food stack is not empty, then the food stack 1 will pop. So when food stack 1 is popped, basically the information in food stack 1 is deleted. So to check whether food stack 1 still has information or not, we can use this. So the program will get into the if condition where if food stack 1 is empty, then the message stack has no data will be printed. Else the message stack has data and are not deleted will be printed. Last but not least is stack implementation, where the program will convert infix expression to postfix expression. So basically the program will prompt the user to enter the infix expression, and then the program will convert it into postfix expression, and then will display the postfix expression. So last but not least, I'm going to show a demonstration of the program. Alright, so this is basically the program. So the program will ask the user to enter the number of data to update. I'm going to put 3. So now I'm going to enter all the details of the food. So now, as you could see, the program displayed the value of the sum, average, maximum, as well as the minimum. So sum is 581 ringgit and 97 cents. The average is 193 ringgit and 99 cents. The maximum quantity is 15 units and the minimum quantity is 4 units. So now the program will ask the user for food finding. So I'm going to enter Y, which is yes. Enter food name, I'm going to put Milo. Alright, so as you can see, the program displayed the food that I've entered, which is Milo, and here are the details. So the program will also display the data which is in the queue and also the data in the stack. So now the program will ask the user, would you like to delete data in the stack? I'll enter Y, which is yes. The program will then tell the user with the message stack has no data. So now for the last operation, which is infix to postfix, the program will ask the user, do you want to use stack expression? I will put Y, which is yes, and now enter infix expression. I'm going to enter a formula to the formula of the average of the food, which is a plus b plus c divided by d. So as you could see, the program printed the expression, the postfix expression, which is ab plus c plus d and division. So that is basically the program. So I think this is the end of the video. So my name is Muhammad Sufi bin Roslan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for watching.